When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. Today we are bringing you reviews.
What you want, a cookie?
And this review is one that I have, hold fairly dear to my heart. And I hope to heck that I don't have any flooding when it comes to the storms. Because these things are sitting low. If I start to see flooding, you can be betting that I will be grabbing this. And that is Katanagatari. Now, Katanagatari was an NIS title, and there is a reasonable relation to Monogatari. It's written by the same author, except this being also ridiculously expensive only because it's out of print. NIS did these nice sets. Unfortunately, they said, we're stopping our anime. We're going to drop all our licenses. We're going to concentrate on video games. Mainly because they printed series like this. This came in 2 sets. Volume 1, Volume 2. Volume 1, Volume 2. Each of these sets comes with a nice art book, which has some wonderful color illustrations in it, and multiple discs. Unfortunately, that's really all it comes with. There's not really anything when it comes to special features. So, this is what you get. Unfortunately, Katanagatari, unlike a lot of NIS titles, did not have a standard release. Just these nice premium sets. I mean, look, it's bigger than my head. See? I'm a Katanagatari sandwich. Okay, that was stupid. But I paid a ridiculous amount for this. So is it worth it? Well, I will let you know in this review. So these sets come with about 6 episodes a set. Originally they sold for $50 a set. I'm not going to go into how much I paid for it. I paid way more than that. I should not have. But what I'm going to talk about is it worth the original standing price? I got this on eBay, which is pretty much the only place you're going to be able to get it these days. Occasionally Amazon, you'll find it there. Some of these other, like Overstock and all of this, will sometimes put up these. I've scoured quite a few for these. They're not that hard to find. They're just hard to find cheap. I mean, there's one guy who's been, for the last 2 months, trying to sell it for $800 for both of those.
Yeah. Gentlemen, Ciccolini here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
So let's take a look at the series itself. We have a land where people live and die by the sword. But once the country appears to be uniting under one government. But there's a rumor of 12 blades of great power, and that threatens the consolidation of the power of the Lord. A woman within the government gains the assistance of a man who he himself was trained to be a katana. Yes, he was trained to be a katana, and she uses him as her sword, and goes on a journey to collect the 12 swords to revitalize and stabilize the country. this thing had some interesting qualities that set it aside from most anime. One of them was the art style. The art style was done in very much this way. You can see it's almost a kind of hybrid of the anime style and the old Japanese watercolor painting style, which is rather cool. It's got a very unique look. It's hard to tell this apart. I mean, it's hard not to be able to tell this apart. You know Katanagatari when you're looking at it. The characters are pretty well fleshed out. Most of them have some depth, and with some disappointment, which will come later. But there is some depth, even to the 12 that he has to defeat. And with that, there are fights. And they are pretty unique and awesome fights. The fighting at the end is probably some of the coolest and more fluid motion that I've seen. It's sort of like that scene at The Protector. If you've seen the Tony Jaa movie, The Protector, there is a scene at the end where he's just like kicking butt all throughout. And that's just rather cool. Of course, it has also good chemistry between the two lead characters. I mean, the main characters are these two that you can see right here. Again, it's rather cool to see they are this close, yet, and the sexual tension is extreme in this group. And yet, nothing happens. Finally, it's just a fairly entertaining series. It's enjoyable to watch for the most part, and that is something in a series these days. But with the good comes the bad. The story is kind of dry. It's not overly unique. I mean, somebody has to gain something and fight X number of people to accomplish X task. There's lots of stories like this. And I feel the ending got overly complex. It might lose some people, and it will very much disappoint many people, as it did me. I left slightly confused and very disappointed by the
No, sir, I don't like it.
end. In the end, Katanagatari is a fairly good series, though it does not quite match up to the price. If I was not an insane collector who is trying to make sure that I have every title in the NIS catalog,
It will be mine. Oh, yes. It will be mine.
I would probably not have even spent the base $100 to get the whole series. So I give Katanagatari a 6 out of 10. Tell me what you think. Have you seen Katanagatari? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? Have you watched Monogatari? And do you have any thoughts on that series? Is that one worth the price? Because that price is even pricier than this. Each volume of Monogatari is even more than this was when it was released. So with that being said, what are your thoughts? Does this pique your interest? Of course, if you like our channel, hit the like button. Of course, it would be great of you if you subscribed and share the wealth. But we will see you on the next one. Goodbye. Welcome back for another YouTube shoutout video. This quick shoutout goes to Beat 'em Ups. Beat 'em Ups stars an Australian individual who's currently living in Texas and who currently loves gaming and everything to do with gaming, with the exception, well, he particularly likes Switch games, as a matter of fact. You get to see a lot of things where he talks about various ones that might be great for you. He tells you some of the cool things that are coming out, great top 10s, game reviews, and this man has a very likable personality. He also does a lot of streaming. And as I've tried it in the past, failed and tried and failed, this is something to look up to. So, if you get the chance, please check out Beat 'em Ups and his channel. You can join his over 300k subscriber count. He's doing quite well for himself, but they did just recently have a tragedy where their house got flooded out. So they are kind of struggling at the moment. They could always use that additional help. They have their own Patreon. They have their own channels where you can subscribe, you can follow them, you can help them out. Even a subscribe will help these guys out. Tell them I sent you. And as always, I wish these people good luck. It's great to see somebody with a lot of energy, a lot of charm, and in general, seemingly a nice person. And he likes cats. I can't really fault him on that. I like cats. So check out his link in the description below. This has been another YouTube shout out.